Hello everybody, Ian here with another little blog chat. I kind of like trying to do a week in review of the work that I'm going to get done. As you can see, I'm back at the modeler's workbench, actually getting to do some modeling this time instead of poring over books, researching imaginary railway lines. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've been doing quite a bit of that, and probably talk about that a bit later on. But yeah, been doing too much talking and thinking lately, so I'm going to get on and do some modelling this week. So we are starting with the O-scale layout, the Wingham Canterbury Road station building for the Northcote station building for the Gajo Guild virtual exhibition layouts. So we're getting started on that. Got plenty of styrene to cut, and we'll come back in a couple of days when we've got somewhere with it. So modelling time. This is what it's all about. Good morning everybody, here we are, day 2 on the Wingham Canterbury Road station building project, and we've got a pretty good shell so far. It's looking quite acceptable, considering we don't have any dimensions for a drawing at all. We're just working off photographs. So it's looking pretty good, and right now I'm just indulging myself in a little bit of silly detail. I am putting the Z brace, been living in America too long, the Z bracing on the back of the door. Why am I doing that if nobody will be able to see it? Well, why not? You know, you have to do these things to test yourself, and at least I'll know it's there. So a little bit of fun detail. We're getting close on that in a little bit and show you that. But yeah, things going really well. It's, yeah, it looks like Wingham Canterbury Road, and it's going to do a mighty fine job on the layout. So if you excuse me, I need all my concentration to do this bracing on the back of this door. So yeah, I'm trying to get in close here on this and show you what I'm doing, because a lot of people think that you know, they say, oh, this super detailing, it's not for me. Well, you know, really, I used to think that, and right, and gradually I did little bits and pieces, and the bits got smaller and smaller, and you know, it's my work isn't perfect, but it's good enough for me. And so I'll just show you with this bit of work on the Z hinge, Z brace on the back of the door here, that anybody can do it. So here's what I've got so far. I think you can make that out. You can see I put the top brace on, and I'm going to do the bottom one now. The two, I've cut the braces from some 1 by what is it? It's 0.5 by 1.5 styrene strip. Yeah, and so all I'm doing is just like cutting it to fit on the back of the door. It doesn't have to be exact, because this is the back door that if you can see anything, you'll see it through a window, so it doesn't have to be particularly exacting. So all you're doing is you're lining up your piece of styrene with that top brace, and then you just trim that back with your knife, and then maybe you'll just like smooth that rough edge off with a file, and then put that in place. Line up the other corner, other edge, and just trim that back. You don't even need to like cut through. You just need to be able to mark the styrene, and so you then just like separate the two pieces of styrene. Now we're going to like test fit this to see if it actually fits in the spot, and near enough. You know, that's like I say, it's through the back door. Through the back door. You're going to be seeing, if you can see anything, you see it through the back window, through the front, through the window on the front of the station building. Sorry, and that is going to look perfectly adequate. And I should just now dab some Tamiya extra thin cement in and just hold it in place. Just move it around with some tweezers, and there we go. That's now, we have two braces in place on the back of this door. So the door goes from the brace goes from the hinge to the outside of the door. So hinges would be at the top and the bottom of the door on the right hand side there. So this is very much an afterthought as well. I just kind of like thought, I want to put the detail on the back of a door. So this will actually fit on the back of the door that I've already modeled. It just fits in there like that. I don't know if I can see it. Hopefully we can. I'm just trying to move it around to catch the light. Difficult to tell. But, so that's going to be that. I'm probably even going to put a door handle, a lock and a door handle on there. Why not? Because I can. So we're just going to carry on having fun, adding details just because I can. And you know what? Everybody else, if you've not done this before, let me just bring my... Oh God, that's scary, isn't it? Yeah, always work with these. Always work with binocular magnifiers. Essential tools: binocular magnifier, fine hobby knife, needle files, tweezers. I'm using two different types of cement on this project. I've got Tamiya Extra Thin, and I've got Revell Contactor Professional. This comes in a handy dandy packet with a needle applicator. Love this stuff. Just recently discovered this. I was put onto this by Chris Rennie at Loco Remote, and I wouldn't be without this stuff right now. This is excellent stuff. So anyway, I'm now going to add the lock and door handle to this. So give me a while. I don't know how I'm going to manage to do I think I can work out. I can just use a small block of styrene and a small pinhead maybe to represent the handle and the lock. Anyway, I'm going to think about that, and we'll come back in a while. And I'm really enjoying this right now. So here we go. I don't know if this is one of the silliest things I've ever done or what, but there is now a handle on the back of the door, and probably a little bit overscale, but like I say, it's being seen through a window, if you can see it at all. So what it was a micro-engineering small track pin that I just cut the shaft off, and then used the head of the pin as a door handle. So it was fiddly. You have to be very careful in to not lose the track pin, I guess, the head of the track pin when you've cut it, but I didn't lose it. And then I drilled a hole in the styrene on the door to take the remainder of the shaft of the pin that I had left. And well, like I say, it's going to look the part. And if you look through the window there and you consider you're going to have a roof on the building as well, you know, if you can see it at all, great. But I mean, it's just another little thing sent to test me. Welcome to day 3 of the Wingham Canterbury Road Station build project. Currently rootling through my selection of styrenes here. Looking for, well, I need the corrugated styrene for the roof of the building probably, and clear styrene because one of the tasks today will probably be the window. And there's my clear styrene, and now corrugated. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there we go. O-scale corrugated from Plastruct. Found everything pretty well straight away. That's pretty good, isn't it? You know, not often the filing system works, especially when you've got all this styrene. You know, when I first started buying bits of styrene, like many years ago, and for work on projects, I never in my wildest dreams imagined that I would have so much, and in ridiculously large sheet sizes as well. You know, I just thought styrene was strip and rod and stuff like that, and to have this kind of selection of embossed, textured sheets just boggles the mind. Anyway, let's get in close and take a look at what happened over the past 24 hours, because things have come on and it's looking pretty good. So we now have a pretty well entire shell complete with all the bracing and framing. Quite pleased with that piece of bracing on that end wall there. So that's the shell all basically completed. I've got a roof here. The roof that's got to be clad with corrugated iron, and so that's looking pretty good. We also have a couple of extra little bits here that I worked on. And you saw yesterday that I was working on the door. So there is the door. There's the door with the bracing and the door handle. And then some bench seats as well. Now, those are going to be difficult to actually get in and see, but those were made yesterday. And once again, that'll just do for me. It'll look perfectly fine stuck at the back of the shelter area of the station building there. So here we are, 2 hours since the previous blog entry, the report. And as you can see, we now have a corrugated iron roof on the station building. So that's looking quite acceptable there. Well, when I say 2 hours, I didn't spend 2 hours on that. I spent most of my time on these. The window frame, the windows for the station building, they are made of 15 thou styrene sheet, clear styrene sheet, and then 10 thou by 40 thou for the frames. So I'll just get in an extreme close up here and we'll have a look at them. So here we are. Here's one. You can see it's looks pretty acceptable. I'm quite happy with that. You can hardly see a glue mark on the frame. So I'm really pleased that they worked out okay, as all it takes is a bit of care. You can see a little bit of a little bit of a craze mark there in the corner, but of that one. But these others, I mean, my goodness, gosh. See if I can actually hold one, and there you can see, in that one, there is hardly I don't see a craze mark on that at all. So really pleased with those. One of the windows on the station building will be open and the other one will be shut. And of course, those are going to be the last things to go into the building, but I've made them and they look good, so I'm very happy. And the detail work fried my brain, so I'm off for a cup of coffee now. There we go, everybody. There we are. That's a couple of days work, 2.5 days work in a few sessions, and I think you'll agree it looks quite acceptable. Few little bits and pieces to do to finish it off totally. The most obvious one is the finials on the end of the roof that are going to go there. You can see them. You can see them in the prototype photographs, and yeah, I really think it needs those. I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do those yet, but of course, with the building looking the way it is right now, I'm feeling pretty indestructible for doing things to this structure. So I don't quite know how I'm going to do it yet. I've got a few ideas, mainly centered around filing up some styrene rod, but we will see how that goes. Yeah, like I said, I was feeling indestructible, invincible, so I tried filing those up out of 1.5mm square styrene rod. Now, it's not perfect, but, and this is an extremely cruel enlargement, so yeah, I think it looks fine. And the one on the other end, they'll work. They look the part. So very happy with the way those turned out. Yeah, or like, for those of you who say, oh, I could never do that, well, you know what? Basically, it's a little different to sharpening a pencil. So, and if you can sharpen a pencil with a knife, then you could probably be very careful and do that. It's exactly the same principle. Well, that's it. I mean, one thing led to another and things snowballed, and I ended up getting a lot further with this today than I thought I would. And well, it's there. I mean, as a station building goes, that is perfectly fine. The next thing to do with this will be probably into the paint shop when temperatures here get above freezing quite regularly. So right now I will just leave this at this and reflect on what the heck I've done. I've done a pretty good job. So yeah, a little bit speechless about it, actually. It's gone far better than I thought it would. So really proud of this, really pleased with myself. So if you enjoyed watching the experience, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we will see you back here again sometime soon when we embark on another project for a layout. So take care, happy modelling, see you soon.